Judge Eileen Cannon, Trump's bought and paid for judge, has denied the request to restrict Donald Trump's statements about law enforcement in the classified records case. So I think she messed up here. Now, the judge overseeing this case in Florida today denied prosecutors. They were trying to, have a gag order modification. They made a request to bar the former president from talking crazy and lying and making these public statements that could endanger the life of law enforcement agents who participated in this search warrant, the execution of the search warrant, that have participated in this prosecution. But they tried to explain to Judge Eileen Cannon that the restriction was necessary because there have been potential threats. There have been harassment that has come as a result of statements by the presumptive Republican presidential nominee. These are baseless lies that claimed that the Biden administration wanted to kill him during a search of his Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach, Florida, nearly 2 years ago, where he wasn't even present. No one from his family was present. It was coordinated, so he was not home. And he is still lying to the people. I told you he lies about how popular he is. He lies about this. Cannon, I don't know, she just kind of chided the prosecutors in her order denying their request, saying that they didn't give defense lawyers adequate time to discuss the matter before it was filed on Friday evening. Time is of the essence, and she slow rolls everything. The judge warned prosecutors that failing to comply with court requirements in the future may lead to sanctions. She denied the request without prejudice, meaning that prosecutors could file it again. Now, I think that they need to take this up. Jack Smith's team. I expected that she was going to deny this. It would have been smarter if she sided with Jack Smith's, but she did not. She has not. The judge's decision came as Trump's attorneys were delivering their closing remarks at trial in another criminal case that he's facing in New York, stemming from the hush money payment to the porn actress during the 2016 campaign. So this is the latest example of bitterness between Cannon, who was nominated by Trump, and prosecutors who have accused the former president of illegally hoarding at his Mar-a-Lago estate classified documents that he took with him after he left the White House in 2021. I don't understand why this case didn't happen in D.C. because that's where the documents were stolen from. They were stolen from D.C. And he put them on a plane and took them to Florida. But you could just as easily have tried this case in D.C. Sometimes Democrats, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. So Cannon has, she is just come down really hard on prosecutors, both in hearings and in court papers over a number of matters, including telling Smith's team during one hearing it was wasting the court's time. Prosecutors have also signaled mounting frustration with Cannon's rulings, saying in one recent court filing that a request from the judge was based on fundamentally flawed legal premise. Yeah, she's not that good of a judge, right? She wasn't that good of an attorney. How'd she get the job? Because she is a Trump loyalist. Prosecutors followed the distorted claim by Trump last week that the FBI agents who searched his Mar-a-Lago estate in August of 2022 were authorized to shoot him and were locked and loaded and ready to take him out and put his family in danger. This is what Jack Smith's team is trying to gag Trump on. I think that they have no other choice but to appeal this and bring in some of her previous rulings on hearings and some of her previous writings. Eileen Cannon needs to be off this case. Trump was referring to the disclosure in a court document that the FBI during the search followed a standard use of force policy. They put this piece of paper in it was in Joe Biden's as well. Anytime a search warrant is served by the FBI, they have this paperwork there. It's subject to such force poses rather an imminent danger of death or serious physical injury to an officer or another person. That's the only time that they would use force, and it's written out. This is routine. It is meant to limit rather than encourage the use of force. Prosecutors noted that the search of the Florida property was intentionally conducted when Trump and his family were out of state. They coordinated in advance with the Secret Service. No force was used at all. Prosecutors said in court papers late Friday that Trump's false suggestion that federal agents were complicit in a plot to assassinate him exposes law enforcement officers to the risk of threats, violence, and harassment. Eileen Cannon does not care. Another one of the Trump lies. They act like they back the blue. They act like they're law and order. He is saying and doing things that directly endanger the lives of law enforcement. Defense attorneys in a court filing late yesterday called prosecutors' proposed restriction on Trump's speech unconstitutional. Unbelievable. This, of course, is among 4 criminal cases that Trump is confronting as he seeks to reclaim the White House. But outside of the ongoing New York hush money prosecution, it is unclear that any of the other 3 will reach trial before November. Trump has already had restrictions placed on his speech in 2 of the other cases over his comments. Officers say that threatened the integrity of the prosecutions. So Eileen Cannon has struck again, but did she do too much this time? Because she dismissed the case without, or the attempt at a gag of Trump, because she dismissed it without prejudice. I guess that's the little bit of a line that she drew there. Said, oh, well, you can bring it back at a later time, but folks' lives are in danger because of Trump, and he does not care whatsoever. He does not care whatsoever. I think that Jack Smith and his team need to take this up the next level because Eileen Cannon is clearly a partisan. You got a lot of Republican judges that are just going around. They're brazen, and she is at the point where she is brazen. They cannot get a fair shake with Judge Eileen Cannon. If Republicans were dealing with the trial and there was a person that, I don't know, Joe Biden appointed that was overseeing his case, Republicans will be making a big deal about it. Democrats are they're always appealing to the better nature. Republicans don't have that bone in their body. They don't feel guilty about shifting the scales or none of that. They don't feel guilty about it. So Democrats have to toughen up. You have to stop thinking that you're just going to be able to shame Republicans into doing the right thing. You're not going to be able to do it. You either got to take things to the level that they take it to or continue to lose. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok at The Diamond K Show. Of course, ONFIRE-TV.com is where you go. You need to get in touch with me, djdiamondk at gmail.com. You can support The Diamond K Show and ONFIRE-TV via paypal.me/radio on fire. On Cash App, I am $ The Diamond K Show. You can become a member today, ONFIRE-TV.com/join. And make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube.com/djdiamondk. We're going to do this. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back with more of the show right after this.